det finns konstiga saker i fotbollen också. Vi ska ta och kolla på det. De konstigaste sakerna i fotboll.
From a player riding a scooter
Okay.
to a hole in the middle of the pitch. These are the 25 weirdest moments in football.
Kaos.
With the biggest hater in football history.
Största hataren i fotbollens historia enligt honom.
Just as the ball was about to roll into the net, Valor FC's William Akio shockingly denied his team a goal with this clearance.
Nej! Vad gör han? Vad gör han?
Was this the most embarrassing miss in history? Or was bro hating
Vill han
against his
vara
own
så
team?
desperat att få ett mål?
This reminds me
Vad
of the time
händer?
Choupo-Moting did the same thing.
Choupo-Moting, gör han likadant? Nej. Nej, Konko var i PSG. Där var det ju vänsterfoten och han stoppade bollen. Det där är sjukt.
Imagine having these two guys as the attackers on your
Det
team.
där är sjukt.
Mbappe's reaction says it all.
Men Choupo-Moting, får man försvara Choupo-Moting där? Nej, vet du vad? Nej. Höj dig.
Player decided to celebrate in the weirdest way possible. After winning the Portuguese League in 2017,
Vems jävla hoj är det liksom?
all in celebration mode. While other players danced and sang,
Ederson.
Eliseu celebrated by doing this.
Det är nummer 36. Är det hans Vespa? Det lär ju vara hans Vespa. Fucking kung.
But while this was all fun and games, there was nothing cool about what happened
just
to
det.
Ashley Young.
I found this out this week.
During a
Är det
match
här? Är det spott? Eller är det en fågel som bajsar i
between
munnen?
Manchester United and Swansea, a bird decided
Ja, det är en
to
fågel.
poop in the mouth of Ashley Young.
Nej, fy fan. Det är så jävla sjukt. Det lär ju vara bajs. Fy fan. Ja,
I'm going to go throw up now.
usch. Nej.
But what comes at number 21 almost swallowed a player whole. In 2022, the game between Austria and Denmark was delayed for over an hour due to a power outage. It
Nej.
got so bad that fans attempted to light up the stadium with their phones.
Jag kan tro att det är en Taylor Swift-konsert.
Eventually, the light was restored and the game was
Men nu är
played.
det bara...
But after the referee
stänger
blew
av
the
ändå.
final whistle, something even weirder happened.
Va?
The Danish players discovered a sinkhole in the middle of the pitch.
What? I slutet av matchen? What? Det är sjukt. Men de upptäckte alltså efter matchen.
Ran into this. Still, this is just 5 of the 25 weirdest moments on this list. Trust me, you have to see Tadic hitting the wrong ball at number 12. But before we get to that, let's take a look at a defensive masterclass by Harry Maguire.
Okej. Maguire,
In a match between
plats
Manchester
20.
United and Norwich, Harry Maguire's pre-game warm-up looked weird and unconventional.
Det ser inte jättesmidig ut.
But little did we know, he was practicing to do this.
Nej, vad har han gjort nu? Aj. Illa Poggis.
I guess practice makes perfect.
Maguire.
Which cannot be said for Suarez,
Aj.
who completely forgot the rules of football.
Ja, det är Hansen.
During a match between
Kräket. Han fick
Uruguay and
stämpeln efter den här matchen.
Chile, Luis Suarez's attempt was brilliantly stopped by the Chilean goalkeeper. But instead of settling for a corner kick, Suarez started appealing for a handball against him.
Jaha. Han menar att det är hans, för det är ju målvakten. Hans. Nej.
This might be the dumbest thing
Ja.
I've seen a footballer do.
Det
But
är
the guy
sjukt.
at number 18 gives
Ja,
Suarez
där har
a
vi
run
sett
for his
tidigare.
money.
Han blåser av matchen 2 gånger för tidigt.
In a match between Mali and Tunisia, the Malians went into an early lead and defended it with their lives. But with few minutes left to play, Tunisia went all out to try and grab an equalizer, only for the referee to end the game with 5 minutes remaining.
Det är så sjukt. Vi ser ju frustrationen. Det är så konstigt att det kan hända på den här nivån.
So to avoid any more drama, the referee signaled for play to continue. Then, in the 89th minute, he blew the final whistle again. I wonder what he was rushing home to do. Wink.
Ici fait la fin du match.
Ja.
Il nous demande d'aller au vestiaire. Tous les joueurs ils font le bain de glace pendant 35 minutes. Après il vient et nous demande de revenir sur terrain. Ici fait la 89e minute. Bon,
Nej.
On nous a dit de nous mettre sur le terrain parce que le match est pas malheureusement l'équipe adverse.
Så vadå, så det här visste inte jag om. Hade de alltså gått av planen då första gången han blåste av? Sen satte de igång igen, spelade de här 4 minuterna han blåste av för tidigt igen. Nej okej. Nej okej. Så efter sista avblåsningen så gick de in Jonkan i rummet. Då har de fått chansen att gå ut igen. Men enligt den här tränaren för Tunisien var det bara 35 minuter. Det var 35 minuter senare. Jag förstår med Tunisien.
This wasn't the only time a referee behaved weirdly on the pitch.
Jaha.
This
Och
happened in
Wenger
a
haft
match
någon
between Arsenal and
domare.
Chelsea.
Aha!
Arsenal's Oxlade
Ja.
committed a handball to deny Chelsea a goal.
And here's Fernando Torres. And he's teed up Hazard.
Han hade missat va?
The appeal is handball.
Oxlade,
The
Hans.
Chelsea players
Skickar
immediately
ut
protested to the
Gibbs.
referee, who had no option but to send off the culprit. But instead of sending off Chamberlain, the referee sent off his teammate Gibbs.
De är inte så lika liksom.
Chamberlain
Var det Kim
tried
Källström
telling
där? Kungen. Kung! Kimpa.
Chamberlain tried telling the ref Gibbs was innocent, but his mind was already made up.
Men va? Det borde
I
jag kunna
cannot
ändra sig.
imagine how weird it must feel to get sent off for a crime you didn't commit.
Sjukt. Nej.
But one thing I can show you is a player disappearing from the pitch.
What? En spelare som
With
försvinner.
15 minutes left in the
Låt mig
match
se- ja, det är
between
Dyer.
Tottenham and Chelsea, Spurs manager Jose Mourinho was seen suddenly storming into the dressing room. At first, no one knew why, until it was discovered that Spurs defender Dyer had run into the changing room to take a bathroom break.
Undrar hur reglerna är där liksom. Hur får...
So when Mourinho was
får
asked
spelaren
about
liksom
the
gå av och
incident,
på
he said,
Don't know
planen
if
på
you're
det
aware or
sättet.
not, but if you're trying to have a quick pee, the last thing you need is somebody standing over your shoulder.
The problem is that was not a pee.
standing over a man while he takes a dump is weird.
Vänta, blev han man efter match? Eller är det toaletten som blev det? Det jag menar.
But not as disrespectful as what
Chelsea
Kepa
igen.
did to his coach.
Det här är så sjukt, Kepa.
In the League Cup
Crack.
final between Chelsea and Man City, the Chelsea players battled hard to drag the game into extra time. With penalties looking like a possibility, the Chelsea coach
Jävlar,
decided
vilken
to
miss
bring
av Aguero, jag
out his
glömde bort.
penalty expert for the
In med
shootout.
Willy.
But in a
Caballero.
bizarre display of craziness, Kepa refused to come out.
Hade det varit... Alltså Sarri, han skulle bara gått in på planen. Du ska av.
Damn! I had no idea players had such power over their coaches.
Jag vet att Chelsea vann ju inte den straffläggningen. Ja.
And so I didn't want the goalkeeper go to the penalties in that physical condition. I realized that the situation only after 3-4 minutes when the doctor arrived and the goalkeeper wanted only to let me know that he was in condition to go to the penalty. So it was only a big misunderstanding. Kepa was right, but in the wrong way, I think.
Speaking of coaches, two managers entertain fans with one of football's
Chelsea
most epic
igen.
touchline battles. Matches between Chelsea and Tottenham have always been fiercely contested. I mean, that's how London derbies are played.
Och Romero åker inte ut på det här. Domarskandal för fan.
But in this particular game, things got a little out of hand. Chelsea's coach, Thomas Tuchel, and his counterpart, Antonio Conte, were hotheads. The two clashed severely over the referee's decisions, but things were fairly under control. Chelsea dominated and looked like they would win.
Good delivery as well, and he's hammered in.
But a Spurs late equalizer broke their hearts.
Jorginho sabbade.
So when the referee blew the final whistle, this happened.
Jag visste inte att det var så hetsigt mellan spelarna, men...
But as weird as seeing two coaches fighting is, it's nothing compared to seeing a billionaire fall.
Nej, en biljonär, alltså klubbägare.
Trophy to the 2015 champions, Australian businessman Frank Lowry suddenly took a nasty tumble.
Oj! Woppa! Hej då! Det var verkligen ett fall också. Jag tror han kollapsade, men det var ett fall. Okej, Tadic. Han fick den rakt på juvelerna. Plats 12.
Ajax's Dusan Tadic came up clutch by scoring his team's equalizer. But in scoring the goal, he made a very painful sacrifice.
Och då gjorde han mål med Darin. Nej. Det var stolpen rätt emellan.
Sacrificing two balls to score one is heroic.
Han kommer med lite fart också. Vad är det för redigering ibland?
Number 11 is the weirdest goal you'll ever see.
Sjukt.
Liverpool goalkeeper Pepe Reina thought he had Darren Bent's shit covered, but the ball hit a beach ball and made a fool of him and the Liverpool defenders.
Det är så sjukt. Det är så sjukt. Det är så sjukt att han lyckas träffa den också. Det är så jävla kul. Så jävla klassiska klipp också liksom. Top 10.
To a whole new level. Starting with a miracle that happened on a football pitch. During a match between Italy and Belgium, Italy's striker Ciro Immobile started rolling on the ground after being tackled by the Belgian defense.
Det blir mål, va? Nej.
But while he was holding his leg in pain, his teammate Nico Barea scored a wonderful goal. So when he saw everyone running to celebrate, he instantly jumped up and started celebrating too.
Man borde kunna ge kort för sånt där. Kolla, han försöker inte ens halta heller.
Bro, weren't you the one screaming in pain a few seconds ago? But if you still doubt that a goal has healing powers, wait until you see what happens next. In a match between Atletico Madrid and Elche, Morata's brilliant run ended with the striker holding his leg in pain. But while he was laying down, the deflected ball found its way into the net. So when he discovered he had scored the goal,
Morata gjorde målet själv.
Suddenly vanished as he celebrated with his teammates.
Nej.
Morata leaves the defender for dead. Morata left foot.
Så han har ont. Aj. Och bollen går in. Nu då.
Footballers faking injuries is just weird, man. But not as creepy as a fan impersonating a footballer.
Now this one might surprise you. You see,
fans always impersonate footballers, and it's cool. But in a match between Real Madrid and Fiorentina, one supporter took impersonation to a whole new level.
Han sprang in på planen.
Real Madrid were losing 2-1 and decided to make changes. Players like Sergio Ramos and Karim Benzema came in to try to salvage the game. Their main man, Cristiano Ronaldo, also came in to contribute. Except this Ronaldo seemed like he gained a few extra pounds.
Va? Är det ingen som kommer in och tar rätt på honom? Varför är det ingen som springer in efter honom? Han står liksom och snackade med gubbarna.
And neither did the stewards in the stadium. This man had a good time on the pitch, while the real Ronaldo was sitting on the bench.
Han lyckades tajma så att de inte såg att det var en planstormare.
Dumfries used a weird tactic to stop his opponent.
Vad gör han nu då?
During a match between FC Porto and Inter, Porto winger Galeno terrorized Inter defender Dumfries down the left-hand side. So when the Inter man had enough of his tricks, he embarrassed him in front of everyone.
Vad gjorde han då? Han drar ner hans byxor. Eller shorts.
I cannot imagine how pained and confused Galeno must have felt. And the reporters interviewing Pep can also be said to have felt the same
Pep var
way.
I München, va?
Pep Guardiola is undoubtedly one of the greatest managers of all time. The man has won trophies everywhere he's been. He single-handedly changed how football is played.
Pepsi before games. Redigeringen.
His philosophy. But one of his most interesting facts is that he speaks 5 languages fluently.
5 språk kan han prata.
So when he was having an interview,
engelska, spanska, italienska och sen tyska. Antar jag. Vilket är det sista?
He decided to flex his language
någon som vet vilket sista språket är som Pep pratar? Är det franska kanske?
Buenas tardes. Influye poco porque si piensas
han pratar spanska här.
Reservar un resultado.
That doesn't seem like a mistake to me. But now that we're down to our last 5, we have to kick things off with the fans' ultimate sacrifice.
Det där är så sjuk.
During a match
det är så sjukt. Långt inkast, vi tolkar av bollen liksom.
Struggling to grip the ball for a long throw. So he called out to the player, removed his sweater, and told him to dry the ball with it.
Kung.
I don't know about you, but that is
snälla, se att det blir bra.
Och
vi ser det. Snälla, blir det bra. Ja, vi kanske inte får se.
But what happens at number 4 shouldn't be seen anywhere near
Portugal, Irland.
In a match between Portugal and Ireland, Cristiano Ronaldo was preparing the ball for a free kick, but Dara O'Shea kicked it away. Angry at what he did, Ronaldo slapped him like he was some little boy.
And what has happened with Ronaldo here? Here it is.
Han har lagt upp bollen där och så sparkar han den.
Ouch! That must have hurt. But I wonder how the
det kanske inte var så nyligen. Jag såg tröjan där till exempel. Det var nog kval till VM 2022.
Celebrating your team's opening goal. You and your friends are jumping up and down. And suddenly,
det här är det alltså mardrömmen när det här händer alltså. Det lär inte vara gratis att laga den där läktaren liksom. Mardröm. Ingenting händer och alla oskadda, men läktaren brakar ihop liksom.
I would have passed out from such a scary situation. But somehow, these fans continued celebrating after narrowly escaping death.
Jag tror det ingen skadade sig.
This is nothing.
Nu är det inte många klipp kvar. Första plats måste fan vara bra nu alltså.
During the match between PSG and
först.
Marco Verratti received the ball from his goalkeeper, but with no viable option to pass to, he passed the ball back. Upon seeing this, the referee blew the whistle and gave him a yellow card.
Gult kort för det där?
But for what? I didn't know passing the ball back to the goalkeeper was a crime. However, in a confusing explanation of the rules, the referee said he played the ball in an unsportsmanlike manner.
Aha, okej.
What the hell does
Osportsligt
that mean?
sätt.
But now,
Ja, plats
it's
nummer
time
1 nu
for
då.
the
Kom
weirdest
igen då.
moment in football
Screamometer.
history.
Nej.
In a match between Arsenal and Burnley, Arsenal striker
han
Alexandre
fejkade alltså.
Lacazette screamed when a Burnley defender fouled him.
Oj.
The scream was so loud that many claimed it should have been a world record. So after the game, the pundits in the studio decided to
Så jävla
honor the
rätt.
Arsenal man with
Jävla
their
rätt.
own scream.
That's it from us. We're all off to practice our screaming.
Seeing grown men behave like this is weird.
Covid-säsongen.
But
Den
not
hade
as
fan
creepy
allt
as
alltså,
some female
covid-säsongen.
reporter flashing on screen.
Nej.
Or the time Casillas kissed a journalist on live TV.
Men det var väl hans sambo eller någonting. Ja, det är sjukt alltså. Det finns många videos att kolla på alltså. Det är mycket vi inte har sett. Helt enkelt. Hoppas inte videon var kul. Jag tyckte den var kul. Lite konstig, lite verklig redigering ibland bara. Men videon var kul. Det var huvudsaken. Tack för att du kollade på videon. Vi syns imorgon igen. Hand om mig. Hej hej.